Hey YouTube, I'm going to make another video on how to replace your outlets. This outlet right here, it's loose. Things will fall out of it, so it doesn't stay in. My wife is trying to keep the Glade plug-in in and it just falls out. That happens in older homes because the slits here wear out, the contact points wear out, so the prongs don't retain the device. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this plate off, we're going to pull the outlet out, I'm going to show you how to replace that and put it back together, and we're going to show you how to do it very safely so that way you don't injure yourself or shock yourself. First thing I'm going to do is clean up the area and get it prepped, and then I'll show you how to do the steps. Okay guys, the first thing is we need to keep safety in mind. Alright, so we need to take a multimeter here, and we're going to check the outlet to see if we have power, okay? So we're going to plug in the outlets. We're going to make sure, first of all, we're going to make sure it's set to AC, okay? The little squiggly line above the volts. Mine says AC up here, so I know I'm good to go. I'm going to plug these guys in here as best I can one-handed. And here we go. So I know you saw it spike up there to 121. I know that this outlet is charged. It has electricity to it. So what I'm going to do is go to the circuit breaker and flip the switch so that way it's safe. So what I'm going to do is go to the circuit breaker and flip the switch, come back and check it, make sure I have no voltage, and make sure it's safe. Also, what I want to do is while I'm at the circuit breaker is I need to make sure that the circuit breaker amperage, it matches the outlet, okay? So some houses, a lot of people don't know this, but some houses operate on a 15 amp circuit and others operate on a 20 amp circuit. Mine operates on a 20 amp circuit. I know that this is a 20 amp outlet because it says so right here. I'm going to go show you in the circuit breaker now how to tell what amp circuit you have. Okay guys, I'm here at the circuit breaker. I need to find where my kitchen is at. Looks like I got a couple of kitchens here. My kitchen lights. So let me see, I got two circuits here, 13 and 14. I'm going to flip both of them right now actually, just to be safe, and that way I can go back and double check with my meter. So I'm at 13 and 14, so we're going to flip those off. Okay, now how you can tell if it's a 15 or a 20 amp fuse, you can see these little numbers written here, okay? So once you find the position, so I'm at 13 and 14, both of them are in 20 amp circuits. If you have a 15 amp circuit, this number will be 15, okay? Most of my circuits, almost all of my circuits should be 20 amps. Some of them are 30 amp, 40 amps, and then 70, and that one's 30. So most of the outlets that you're running, you know, they should be 15 or 20 in the outlets. Heavier appliances, things like that, require larger amp fuses or circuit breakers. So now I'm going to go back to the outlet and we're going to see if it's got a charge on it, and if it doesn't, I'll continue with my repair. Okay guys, I'm back here at the outlet now. We see that we're going to check our voltage here. Alright, it moving a little bit is okay. There's going to be some residual voltage in there. So right now I'm only at 0.361 volts, so that means the outlet is now dead, so I'm safe to continue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this screw out and we're going to take the back plate off. Okay guys, so what we got here now with the back plate off, got a screw at the top, we got a screw at the bottom. We're going to take these two screws off, and then the outlet itself with the wire still connected in the back should pull out. Alright, so we have the wires exposed here in the back. This particular setup, the wires are actually going inside a hole in the back of the outlet. Okay, these also have contact points on the side here where you'll have the wires wrapped around and screwed in. And a lot of people will do that. One of the main reasons why people will do that is because on the back side of here, there's a little hole here. If you have a 15 amp outlet, okay, this hole is going to be smaller for smaller gauge wire or smaller thickness wire, okay? If you have a 20 amp circuit, the wire is going to be thicker than the 15 amp fuse. I'm sorry, the 15 amp outlet hole. So it's not going to work. So that's why people will wrap the wire around the side of the contact here, okay? I prefer to put it in the hole in the back here, so I want to make sure that I have the right outlet for the right circuit, all right? Okay guys, I had to get a flashlight here so that way you can see what I'm about to do next. In here on the side is a brass tab that retains the wire in the hole. Okay, there's one on each side and there's 4 altogether. I only have 2 wires at the top. They're bridged by a brass connection here, which is why the bottom one works, okay? So it's done on both sides, all right? So this power going into this side gets pushed over onto the bottom outlet, all right? So what I need to do next to get these wires released is I need to put a flat tip screwdriver, small one. I have it right here. I need to put it in the slit here, and I need to release that brass retaining pin so the wire gets pushed out, okay? And just like that, I have both wires released from the back of the outlet, okay? The ground is on the back side. It's screwed and it's screwed, the wire's wrapped around that, okay? So I'll just release that out there and we'll get this cleaned up. Looks like there's some cobwebs in here. I'll get it cleaned up and then we'll put the new one back on. Hey guys, we're gonna start here with the green screw. I removed it from the bottom of the outlet. We're gonna stick that back in. We're gonna stick that back in here into the grounding wire, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna carefully screw it back in here on the bottom side, and then I'll show you how to plug the wires back in, okay? All right, so we got our screw back in. We use the same little eyelet that was there before, all right?